Welcome to Ottawa.
Canada and Ireland, all represented among seven riders competing for a prize fund of $31,100 US. Well, the track looks interesting, and we will have a little look at that in just a moment. Pleasure to be joined here in the commentary booth by Olympic athlete for both the US, but mostly for Canada, is Mac Cohn. Mac, pleasure to be here for this final competition, a 4-star, but my word, have we enjoyed the last couple of days.
Well, we've had a lot of laughs, and hopefully we haven't chased too many people away. And we've had a really great time, and Gregory Bodo's just made it such a pleasure for us to commentate, because the courses have just been so interesting and challenging, and the good competition makes it easy to commentate. Huh? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is an interesting track as well. Good flow to it. Interesting middle bit there. The rollback from the double 5AB into the plank, which has caused a lot of issues. Some of the other challenges maybe that you think are the technical questions.
Yeah, well, I think you hit it right on the head. Well, 1 to 2, that's time fault city. You could really get lost out there. And then there's just a flow on to 3, and then there's a little bit of a flat 6 going up to the double 5AB that you talked about. But then the dreaded plank, whether it's off a flow or if it's off a turn like it was in the class before, that thing's been hitting the ground a lot, hadn't it? And I went and grabbed it when I was walking you could give it to your 2-year-old kid. They could carry it around. It's just a little wispy little piece of wood. And so that explains a lot. And then you can gallop on down and leave the stride out to the number 7 oxer, or you can add up. A lot will depend on the time allowed. And then you have the 8AB, which are the verticals, which are quite tall. And then a nice line up the hill, 9, 10. But then you make that turn, and there his boogaboo oxer is waiting for his signature oxer by itself in a bad turn, dead square and wide. And there it is, number 11. And then a nice distance to 12. So it's subtle again, but it's not going to be easy, and we'll see how the time allowed is.
Well, as we can hear, the fanfare is being played because the first one is joining us. The very best of luck to all of the 7 riders joining us here for the final class, sponsored by CIBC Wood Gundy. Well, the bell is sounded for the first one, and we'll go off to the United States of America with a highly decorated Olympian, and riding Mickey Cara is the partnership, the athlete at least, that was top 6 in the 4-star opener this week, was 4th in the 4-star qualifier, and 3rd in the 2-star Grand Prix here earlier today. Riding Mickey Cara is Dutch warm blood galleon by a golden boy hero, Beezy Madden, for the USA. Well, I can assure you that here at the RBC Ottawa International, the rider welfare and horse welfare, rider safety is very much at the heart of everything that this show does. The team is already swinging into action. As you can see, the medics will be on their way to ensure that BZ is okay. The FEI stewards, the veterinary team, will also be ensuring that the horse, Mickey Cara, is okay. As you can see, the team there. Yeah, big round of applause. We do hope that BZ is okay. BZ is very much talented and experienced rider, and we hope that both are okay. Mac, yeah, just the word on, at this sport, horse welfare and rider safety is very much at the heart of everything that this show does, but also as our sport has developed.
Yeah, and it has to be. It's a very dangerous sport. I've told parents when kids want to get involved, I said, if you get on, you're going to fall off. And if you can handle that, and you don't know if you're going to get hurt or not get hurt, but if you can handle your kid getting hurt, well, keep riding, but that's just part of it. It's a dangerous sport, and Beasley's one of the best, and if it happens to her, it can happen to anybody.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is.
Yeah, we do wish her well, and there's so many different safety things out there that maybe some of the visitors joining us here don't realise, like safety cups and back rails, the light material that we now use, all these things, and trying to develop the sport as safe as possible as it can be.
Yeah, and they have mandatory crash helmets, if you want to call them, hard hats as we call them, and they have to be of a certain level of safety. And right there, we could see it. I mean, when she fell and her body stopped, her head kept coming, and she hit the ground pretty hard with her head. But as you see, the helmet protected her, and that's gotten better and better over the years. When I was first starting out, you throw your hat off because it got in your way, and you ride around with no hat the whole time. But things have improved, thank God.
You wouldn't dream doing that now. I think the FEI officials would have a heart attack.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Well, we still have 6 left to go. We have 3 for Canada. Well, in fact, 4 for Canada. 1 for the USA and 1 for Ireland. Now, the Irish rider probably is the biggest threat, or at least the favourite to take the win here. He's a 3-time winner across the last week. Will it be another win for Ireland, or can we finally get a Canadian rider to win a competition here this week? We really, really hope so. Some really talented athletes among the home nation contingent. Carly Campbell-Cooper will be coming in next. Sean Jobin, he's been knocking at a result, or at least a win here. Sam Pegg and Gavin Moylan. That's a good lineup as well with Meany Gochman and Conor Swale. So plenty of talent still to come, Mac.
Oh, you bet. Like you said, that's a whole wonderful group of riders, and the 4-star levels, these horses are going to be nice horses coming in there. It's just an unfortunate start for the class, and we're hoping Beasley will be just great, and after this, and off we go here.
Well, we are good to continue, and we are going to go to the first of the riders representing the Maple Leaf. It's U2 Wesleyan Z. It's a gelding that's owned by John Jameson, and riding this is the first for this home crowd that has gathered. It's good luck to Carly Campbell-Cooper for Canada. So crosses the finish line there with just the one knockdown, a little rub of fence 9, but it is the front rail of fence 7, the Canada fence, that goes for Carly Campbell Cooper. Just the one down.
Yeah, it's too bad. You know, I really like this horse, or Carly. They look really good together. I think he shows off her talent and how smooth she can ride and how nicely she can, you know, approach the course. It looked really good. That is a funny line. It walks a little flat in 7 or tight in 8, and she decided to do the 8, and I just think she decided a little late and didn't quite have enough room and got up to that front rail too much.
Well, approaching the start now is Sean Chobin and Grand Dame DK for Canada. What a performance by Sean Chobin and Grand Dame DK. It's a clear for Canada. Great job there done by Sean Mack.
Yeah, no, that was great. Just like liking that horse for Carly, I really like this horse for Sean. It shows off Sean's talent, this horse does it. The two of them, they don't argue, they just do the job together. It's a great partnership and a wonderful, generous horse. I like the combination.
Well, he was top 3 in the 4-star here on Thursday in that opener. You know, top 4 in the 2-star Grand Prix earlier. It looks really good for Sean, but still plenty to come. We are going to move on to the next 4, the remaining with the Canadian contingent, and riding Miss Balloon is Sam Pegg. We're going looking for the second clear to create that all-important jump off. Can we get another one for Canada? Well, the answer to that is yes, yes we can. It is a clear for Sam Pegg and through to that jump off in under that time limit of 75 seconds. Perfectly timed with that pace, Mac.
No, that was really, really good. Here's our 3rd Canadian in a row, and I'm thinking the same thing. Boy, I like this horse for Sam. You know, these 3 riders, you know, with their partners, they've shown us today in this class. They looked really solid, really good. All 3 of them are all in the jump off.
Absolutely.
Go Canada.
Yeah, go Canada. We're finally in with a chance to hear "O Canada" as the winning national anthem and have a Canadian win here at the OBC Ottawa International. But approaching the start is Mimi Gochman and Iron Maiden for the USA. Really great effort by Mimi and Iron Maiden not to be with just that late forefault on the course. So won't have any for the US through to the jump off. Strong performance still, and still a young rider.
No, it's great. It's great, and I really like that horse. He's got a little age. He's fine. He's an 11-year-old horse, so he looked like an 11-year-old going around. Really know his job. Just a little slow with that front toe with that one rail. Nothing major at all. I was thinking, gee, I really like this horse, and it suits me too. It's a good combination.
Well, we know it's either going to be a Canadian win, or will the next rider win it again for Ireland? He's won 3 times across the last number of days, but we still have Gavin Moylan to close out the competition. And could we add a 3rd Canadian rider through to the jump off? It would be great to have a Canadian win this.
I really don't have any preferences.
Yeah.
Go Canada!
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see what happens here.
Well, we do have just the 2 left to go, and we've had a really tremendous week of jumping. A pleasure to have you along with us here, but just a word for some of the folks that maybe haven't joined us over the days. This surface is particularly special because a lot of investments went into it, Mac, and the riders have been talking about how superb this grass arena is.
Yeah, it is amazing. I was here, and I don't even know what year it was, the very first year they ever had it here, and it was Ian Miller and Jill Henselwood's family and all that group of people, made it happen years ago, and then Karen Sparks and her group have taken it over and just made it better and better, and it's just a wonderful piece of ground that was started by good people, and it continued by even just as good people.
Yeah. Well, the bell is sounded as Conor Swale salutes the ground jury, and we are on the 45-second countdown because the second last to go for Ireland. Will he be able to do it again with Castelrana? Well, he has to go clear in this first round. It's Conor Swale for Ireland. Clear on, Connor Swale and Castellano is through to the jump off. Well, that could be one of the biggest threats in the jump off.
Yeah, for sure. If you were trying to guarantee Canada win, Connor just put a little fly in the ointment there. Yeah. No, this horse is a great horse. We watched him win the big class at the Royal Winter Fair last year. I got to announce that night. It was a great night, and I know this horse. He's beautiful jumpers you saw. He's dead careful and nice and easy to ride. So those are a lot of good things going in Connor's direction.
So 2 for Canada and 1 for Ireland, but let's see if we can get another one for the Maple Leaf. Well, it's last to go, and it's Dutch Warmbloods by Glenfiddich VDL. It's Memphis, and riding this for Canada, Gavin Moylan. He's in the jump off already.
Yeah. Left us drawn out.
Well, yes, we have another one for Canada through to the jump off. Gavin Moylan and Memphis with a really quick pace. Mac, we nearly thought that Gavin thought this was a one-round speed, but he knows his horse and he knew how to control the energy.
Yeah, it looked like he said, I really am just going to get this horse going forward, and he kind of threw the numbers, out the window in a couple of little places, but he knows the horse, and he's got a great eye, so he could just see what he sees and just march it right up, and then he backed off it and just kind of settled in, and I think it worked out well for the horse.
3 for Canada, 1 for Ireland, 1 for me, and 3 for you, Mark. Let's see who it will be. We have a analysis coming up in just a moment. Yourself and Karen will have a quick look at the course, and we'll chat to you in just a moment. So Sean Jobin, Sam Pegg, Connor Swale, Gavin Moylan. That's the 4 that are through for this jump off. Our thanks again to our friends CIBC Woodgoody and for their support here of the RBC Ottawa International. The CIBC is a leading North American financial institution providing a range of banking, wealth management and financial services to individuals, families and businesses. With a strong commitment to building more ambitious and inclusive communities, CIBC supports initiatives that create opportunities, strengthen conditions and make a lasting impact in communities right across Canada. Having a quick look at the jump off 3, 4, 7, 8AB, 9, 12 and 2. It's going to be a real special one, and lots of turns, lots of opportunities. The gallop and the time allowed of 46 seconds will be completely academic because all 4 of those riders will be going as fast as they can, but they need to keep them up. Accuracy and time. Well, I can see Karen and Mac on the floor. Karen, over to you.
Thank you, Killian. It'll be my last time out here with my dear friend Mac, silver medalist. You've heard his commentary all week. He's been fantastic. This is the last time we get to do this. It's going to be a little sad, don't you think, Mac?
Oh, well, we've had a great time, huh? It's been a lot of fun. And the venue, the course designing, the jumps, and you and your staff, and all the great athletes, and the wonderful horses. They hit me here.
I know, you and I both. It's a beautiful sport. One of the reasons why we've been hooked on it for so long. Well, we haven't had the Canada flag at that top spot all week. We've had a lot of Irish, we've had a lot of Luxembourg, we've had some Americans, and we've got 3 out of 4 here Canadians. We've got a good shot, don't we? But
strength in numbers.
you know what I'm going to say about the but. We've got Connor Swale, and he's an Irishman. He lives in Toronto. He has been winning and winning and winning. It's been a hat trick for him, and I'm sure he's wanting to make it 4. He's one to watch, absolutely.
Oh, for sure. If you were going to pick a horse and a rider before the class started, who would you pick? More than likely it'd be him and that horse, because they are quite the partnership, yes.
Absolutely, and Connor's on a bit of a roll. He's been, like I said, won 3 classes already. But Sean's had a really good week too. He hasn't had that top spot, but he, as you know, he's a fast rider. We spoke at the last class about his winning spirit. He had a big win in Traverse City about a month ago. He won on a Sunday last year. I know he's going to want to repeat that, so he's not one he's definitely one to watch out for.
Yeah, and didn't you like him paired with that horse? You know, it looks like a real smooth, well-planned, beautiful jumping horse. I was really impressed, so yes.
Yeah, he has a couple that take him and drag him a little bit, and like you say, they're meeting 50-50. Well, this horse and him, they're really one,
nice,
aren't they?
really nice, yeah.
And then we got Sam Pegg, I would say, I mean, not quite an up-and-comer, but you've seen him climb through the ranks. He's a real quality rider, a good horseman himself. You can't let him out. He would have loved to have a win on this field, wouldn't he?
Yeah, as a rider, I've really gotten to know and really enjoy and really respect Sam Pegg as a rider. He's going to do great things for Canada before his career is over. I don't doubt that at all.
I couldn't agree more. When you watch him, he's such a classic horseman, and it would be a real thrill to see him raise the flag for us. And then Gavin Moylan, he was second in the Grand Prix. He's going to feel confident. I don't think you can shake him. And I would say in the jump off earlier, he was the leadoff rider. He didn't look like he was going that fast. And then they kept going. They couldn't quite catch him. He's a fast rider too.
Yeah, no, he's very clever. And actually, he was practicing for the jump off already in the first round in a couple of spots. So yeah, that horse can run and jump. He's proven it. And it's going to be a great jump off. It really is.
Only 7 in the class. A bit disappointing. A really bit of a tricky start with my idol BZ having that fall. Not so great. But I'm really excited about this jump off. We've got just the right amount. We've got some really exciting riders and a lot of Canada, and then that Connor Swale. So I think it'll be a really great jump off. Please enjoy, everybody. And Mac, thank you so much for the week's commentary. Back to you, Killian.
Thanks, Karen. Thanks, Mac. And my word, are we in for a treat. 3 for Canada, 1 for Ireland. I might be aiming for a Canada win here. I think you guys deserve a win. Canadian riders have been knocking on the door for a win, as you heard. Gavin Moylan second in the Grand Prix earlier. We've Sean Jobin has been tremendous all week, 3rd in that 4-star opener, but also top 6 a number of times right across the week. Sam Pegg, as we've heard, and also Connor Swale, just one of the biggest threats among those riders. But let's have a quick look at the jump off course. We start off over fence number 3. So that is the fence that's heading towards the judges box, the perimeter fence. The black uprights, the red poles, where they're going on the left rein to fence number 4. So a familiar line 3 to 4. No changes there, but now we're going to get a little bit different. From 4 to 7, we're going to go to the Canadian fence, the maple leaf uprights. Well, that water tray still remains underneath that. 7 to 8A, 8B. Now, will they go tight into that fence? They need to get the strides right. Then we're going to 9, so again a familiar 8 to 9, no changes there. But now we're going to loop round. It's a roll back to fence number 12, the final fence, that orange upright, way over the other side of the arena. In fact, beside the other grandstand. We then go to the final fence, the all-important gallop to fence number 2. Well, that is the fence right in the middle of the arena. It's the Mark Motors black and white poles, black and white uprights, and we finish over there. Time allowed is 46 seconds, but as I said, that is completely academic. They will be going as fast as they can. It is going to be a truly exciting jump off. Gregory Bodo at his best, and back with me in the commentary box is Mac. Mac, just having a quick look at that course, there's so many rollbacks and galloping lines and bending lines, but really will come down to who can get the best and most accurate turns on the rollbacks, but also take out a stride maybe on one of those related distances.
Yeah, I'm looking at it here. From 4 to 7, that could be quite a good hard gallop there. If you really want to come out wide to the first jump and angle it right to left, you could get back over that Liverpool oxer fairly quickly. And then how much risk do you want to take to your 8AB, right? That's where we're next. Yes, 8AB, vertical in and out. It's not an easy thing to run at, but if you want to take chances, go ahead. I think the same, you could maybe drop a stride to the number 9 that you're talking about, maybe the next one. And then there's your roll back hard to that big 12 vertical. And then as soon as you think that hind end is cleared, you just put those spurs on and get them running down to that last jump and pray they leave it up.
Sounds good. Well, in just a few moments' time, we will have the first one. We are going to catch our breath because this is going to be one of the most exciting jump-offs. A great way to finish us off here in the CIBC Wood Gundy 4-Star Classic. Bonjour and welcome back to the Ottawa International, the final competition. It is a 4-star. There is 4 riders joining us. The jump off 3, 4, 7, 8A, 8B, 9, 12, 2. Who will keep them all up? Who will be the fastest? Will it be a win for Canada? Well, we go to the first of the Canadian athletes. He was a winner here last year. He has been top 5 3 times across the last week, and he goes with Grand Dame DK. It's good luck to Sean Jobin. Oh, he's on course again to do it this year. 39.50. That's the start that Sean Jobin was looking for. Grand Dame DK. Go on, Ottawa. I think you can give him another round of applause. Well, Mac, that's a good start. That's how you do it.
That's exactly what Sean wanted. He did not leave much on the table there. He went after it really hard. He was successful, left them all up. Maybe there's a little window open here or there, but nobody can just walk around now. They have to go after it, and that's going to raise the risk of them knocking jumps down. That was really a good opening round for a jump off.
Pressure is on. We need to be landing after 8B. That's the double over by the in-out gate. In around 22 seconds. You can keep an eye on the clock on the big screen. But we remain with the Canadian contingent. And we go to Miss Balloon riding this for Canada, Sam Pegg. Well, just in under that time, allowed a little bit slower on the pace after he knocked those fences. It's 2 down, so 8 falls for Sam Pegg and Miss Balloon. And interestingly, that angle that he took into 7, he was trying to just make himself have a better angle coming out of that, maybe, Mac.
Yeah, you bet. And it goes back to what Sean Jobin did. He went so quick and so fast that if these guys want to beat him, they're going to have to maybe go a little quicker and faster than they had planned on. And you know, that's what happened there. That maybe it pushed Sam over his comfort zone a little bit there.
So the pressure is certainly on for the final 2. Will it be a win again for Ireland? Will it be a win again for this rider? He rejoins us here in the Grand Prix arena. The time to beat is 39.50. We need to land after the double, coming out at 22 seconds. Join us next with Castellano for Ireland, Conor Swale. .38.76, and we have a new leader as Conor Swale has done it again. Castellano goes into the lead. Well, as always, we're down to the finest of margins.
No, that was great. And Conor has a wonderful way of always just landing and sending the horse to the action. He doesn't pull him off the action and go back again. He just lands and points him right to the jump, and whatever shows up, he takes that and then points him right away to the most direct line. Takes that, you know, he doesn't come on and off. He's right to the action all the time. It makes him quick, very quick.
Well, that has knocked Canada from that top spot, but we're down to the final and last effort. Gavin Moylan comes forward with Memphis, and please give him a big welcome because he's last to go for Canada. Well, time to beat is 38.76. We want to be landing after that double now in around 21 seconds. So, good luck to Gavin. Well, a clear Ireland 42.69, solid performance by Gavin Moylan and Memphis. Well, that is good enough for top 3 for Gavin. A little bit slower on the pace there, but a solid performance.
Yeah, the horse is just a little slower moving horse than Connor's. I think he pretty much went the same track, same number of strides. It's just the horse is a little slower loping horse. And but boy, he has to be happy with that one. He jumped really, really well. And
has jumped here really well earlier as well. Second in the Grand Prix. Jumped really well across the week, like so many of our competitors. But there's only one man that has jumped like no other across the week. And it is a win once again here for Ireland. Well, let's give the top 3. Third to Gavin Moylan with Memphis, Canada. Second to Sean Jobin and Grand Dam DK for Canada. And a win with Castorano for Ireland, Conor Swale. Well, maybe, Mac, just a word to finish up on the performance of Conor. He's done it again here today. Yeah. I mean, he's a master. He's the world number 27. He's an incredible amount of talented horses as well.
Yeah, he's a great athlete, huh? He's just an athlete. And came from a horse background, he's fought hard his whole life riding with dealer, and it hasn't been a silver spoon in his mouth his whole life, and I think I've watched him for quite a while now, and his craft has just gotten more clever and more subtle, and but with the strength and the athletic ability that he has, I think he's just we're going to see him. He's a young guy still. He can go quite a few years longer, and we'll see bigger and greater things from him.
Well, thank you to Mac. That's our commentary done. Only our prize-giving ceremony. Thank you for joining me.
Yeah, we have to keep in mind our Canadian jumping team competing in Aachen, Germany this coming week. I'm flying over with my wife, and we're going to be spectators and cheering them all on. So let's keep our fingers crossed for Team Canada.
Absolutely. Best of luck to them, and our thanks again to Mac. Well, leading and escorting the top 6 into the arena is the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, but leading the top 6 in is our winner for Ireland. Give it up for Conor Swale. Well, down on the ground, it is tournament's manager. It's Tracy Howard. Over to you, Tracy.
Well, Conor, congratulations again. That's the 3rd win this week for this lovely Castorano, and your 4th win of the week, forcing us to look that up. It's a quad trick. So congratulations, sir. And tell us a little bit about your win today on this lovely horse.
Yes, thankfully, Castorano's had a wonderful week this week. He's produced and delivered for me every day. So yeah, to be able to get the win again, I'm very lucky to have him. He's a wonderful horse. He gives me so many opportunities to do well, and yeah, it's just another one today.
He looks fabulous in the blue coolers, so congratulations again. It was an exciting jump off.
Thank you. Thanks, Tracy.
Well, great to hear from Conor, and our huge congratulations once again. Yeah, 4th win this week, 3 with Castorano. As we now go into the prize-giving ceremony, and it's a pleasure to welcome forward on behalf of CIBC Wood Gundy. It is Adam Nazinski, Executive Director and Team Lead at Quebec at CIBC Capital Markets. And joining also on the floor is Karen Sparks, Executive Director of Wesley Clover Parks. Well, we're now going into the photograph, and Conor will step forward over by the Maple Leaf of Canada, the uprights, and joined by the RMP. Well, what a wonderful horse. I mean, as Mac and I have been discussing, that will be one to watch, and it is always great to have a win on grass as well. So plenty of experience getting gained for Castorano, and it's a Holsteiner. It's by Castian, and it is a beautiful photograph getting pictured here by the Canadian Maple Leaf. Wonderful to have the Royal Canadian Mounted Police here as they have joined us all week. A round of applause, please, for the Royal Canadian Mounted Police and Conor Swale. What a lovely moment and a beautiful photograph. Well, I now ask you, if you are able, to please stand and be uprising for the winning national anthem, Ireland. Well, again, a round of it being played here in Ottawa, and a huge congratulations to Conor Swale with Castorana. We'll now invite second to step forward, and second to Sean Jobin, Grand Am, DK, Canada. Well, congratulations to Sean. Really strong effort across the week, and we caught up with him earlier, in fact, on day number 1. An absolute gentleman, and a number of horses across the 2- and 4-star level this week, and has been competing at such a high level. A recent win in Traverse City, 3-star Grand Prix win there, and I wish him the very best of success in the remaining season. We go to third, and for Canada also at Memphis, Gavin Moylan. Well, Gavin performing really well here today. Second in the Grand Prix earlier, and now third here. No easy task getting into the jump off of this 4-star, and $31,100 US on offer. As we go to fourth, and also for Canada with Miss Balloom, Sam Pegg. Really strong performance by Sam, just unfortunate in that jump off with the 2 rails down, but as I say, no easy task from producing a clear round in round number 1. So it is great to have him in the lineup there as fourth. Well, fifth, and for the USA with Iron Maiden, Mimi Gochman. Real talented young rider, and one to watch in the future. It'll be really nice to see as her career progresses. Great to have her join us here in the Ottawa International. Thanks to CIBC, thanks to Adam, as we invite the final one, and that is sixth with U2 Wesley Z, Carly Campbell Cooper for Canada. Another rider with so much experience, and Carly steps forward to receive a rosette from Karen and Adam. Thanks to Adam Lazinski, Executive Director and Team Leader at Quebec of CIBC Capital Markets. Thanks to CIBC Wood Gundy for their support here of the Ottawa International. Well, it's quite sad actually, because the show has come to an end, but we still have one thing left to do, and that is for our lap of honour. So, concluding the presentation and leading us off then in that lap of honour is our winner for Ireland, Conor Swale. Well, 6 to Carly Campbell-Cooper, 5th to Mimi Gochman, 4th to Sam Pegg, 3rd to Gavin Moylan, 2nd to Sean Jobin, and a win once again for Ireland's Conor Swale. Well, what a wonderful way to finish us off, and huge congratulations to the team here at Wesley Clover Parks, to Karen and everyone that has made this a tremendous success. Really wish the whole team the very best of luck, and thank you for joining us here. Merci beaucoup. And from all the team, from myself, Killian Thornton, Mac, and all the officials, we do wish you a very pleasant afternoon. Au revoir.